Our back wall is scary, very scary. It's crumbling, bowing, and in danger of collapsing. It has scared off quite a few tradies, but not us.
So cool.
Brave or stupid, we brought our first home knowing it was the biggest project of our lives. And now we arrive at the scariest project of the lot. Knocking down the back wall, exposing it to the elements and rebuilding it. So why is it in such a bad state? Well, the house is old, 1887 to be exact. And now was not a good year for building standards locally. Oh, it's like someone was playing Jenga building this house. And we have been told these houses were put up in a rush. Then, in World War II, the Nazis decided to try and bomb the area, shaking our scared house to the core. And to rub salt in the wound, we are in Wales, and the back wall faces coastal weather systems like this. So what's happening there then?
That's the rainwater that's coming out of that gutter, hitting that side and getting trapped in the render. And here is soaking.
Is that literally just after rain now?
Yeah.
How do we solve it? So you can forgive the house for needing some TLC, and we are here to give it a new lease of life. Before we even attempt to take down the wall, we need reinforcements, steel reinforcements. But before steels, we need to make space for them and set pad stones for them to sit on. So we did what we do best, demolish stuff. But carefully, as this wall could literally fall on us at any second. We started by making a vertical hole here and set up a pad stone. Then we went full Wreck-It Ralph on the side wall, as we found out the foundations are super shallow.
That's only about half of what we've got to dig to. Let's get digging again.
So the side wall needed underpinning and the wall totally rebuilding. We needed to put a temporary steel through the fireplace upstairs to hold it up while the new steels were fitted. So I started drilling naively into the chimney and actually took out the wrong brick.
What's happened?
Safe as ours is this, isn't it? Might have taken out the wrong brick out of our shoddy wall, but it's still holding itself up. I went again, and I got showered with decades old soot that had piled up, and came out looking like a coal miner. We slotted this steel through and moved on to propping up the rest of it. I started removing more of the cracked render outside, and it was barely attached. And if you think the exposed wall is scary, look at this. The exposed bricks under the window are in the worst condition I've ever seen. Seriously, how is this even still standing? Okay, after scraping away some of the dust between the bricks, sorry, I mean Victorian lime mortar, we slotted in as many strong boys as we could fit, and voila, a super secure wall, safe as houses, right? Finally, we could confidently knock out the space with the steels. So out comes the most valuable player of demolition, the Kangol drill. But again, gently, as these walls are a bit brittle. The bricks were flying out, and then we came across not one, but two hidden hearths in between the floors. Not a bad find, is it actually? And this joins the other cool things we found so far. This clamp in the garden, old fire grates, this old newspaper from 1987.
87.
You know what? You wasn't even born then. Actually, either was I.
And an original Star Wars Attack Commander, also from 1987. If you've ever found anything hidden in your house, do let us know below. Back to the steels. They came, they were heavy, like 80 kilogram heavy. And with our builder, we huffed and we puffed and we lifted one in, then two, and finally the third, and the carnage was over for now. One thing about knocking out so many bricks in our house is that our house is now full of holes. And as you know, Ronald and Nugget, our two friendliest rodents, decided to move in last time, and they have been living it up, like running across our rooms in broad daylight, eating our miso soup sachets and shitting everywhere they want. On our sink, under our floorboards, and around the mouse traps. Just never in the traps. Why, guys? Why? So we needed a new plan. A bigger bucket. Genius. I know, right? Tonight really has to be the night. I'm not having this anymore. So I've made it on a bigger bucket, but it's a bit makeshift because the lid isn't big enough. It's got loads of nummy parmesan, Nutella, and cat biscuits. It's got a runway straight from its back corridor. And as a backup, we've got number 2. Might not like this one because it's new, but there's some steps going up to it. Ratgate Endgame has commenced. And we waited, and we waited, and we waited. We're in a rush this morning, aren't we? What's going on?
So you'll notice that we're driving to the house. We moved out since Armpit Gate.
Mouse has just been in my bed, sniffing me. Cheeky shit.
And we have had a little notification on Ratcam that somebody may have fallen into a trap. they did a couple of days ago jump out of one of them, but this one's a bit deeper. We're a little bit scared it's going to jump out, so we're racing.
Definitely no, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Looking at
Little
you.
mouse. You okay?
Goodbye, little rodent.
Is he alive?
Yeah. Like a drowned rat. Out you go. Come on.
Bye, little boy.
There's no good.
Yay.
No, that's a second one. And then there was one.
Cheers, Ronald. Lovely to know you, buddy. Nugget was still left, the smart one of two, the brains of the operation, and we could see him on the camera. Wait, hang on. There's another. Oh, for God's sake.
While Chris was sorting out the mice situation, I turned my attention to our bedroom. The bedroom is the only finished room in the house. We've restored the floorboards, replaced the windows, reinstated a fireplace, and even added paneling to really make it pop. It's very nearly there, but it's still missing some final touches, bedside sconces being one of them. I found these side lights online that I loved, but they're £160 per light, hardwired in, and would need to be sent all the way from America. So I've decided to make my own.
So, got quite creative. Bought these, and basically my idea is to chop them in half and then grab some of these like oversized hoops. The plan is to cut one of these in half, like I've done with this one, then basically do that but with the smaller ones and see where we go.
I started by removing the lining tape from the top and lower parts of the shade, stopping halfway and folding them back so they didn't get tangled up for later. I then undid the seam and pulled back the shade to the halfway point. Using some metal cutters and a lot of brute force, I cut the top and bottom frames at the halfway point, allowing the shade to be folded and flat, and then remove the metal prongs. Taking some double-sided tape, I put a strip on either side of the shade and folded it flat on each other, securing well and refolding the tape back down along the edges. I now had the base of the shade to work from. To make the wooden hoop, I grabbed my multi-tool and cut the loop at the halfway point. I then secured one at the top using a hot glue gun, ensuring it was centered and straight. Next, I secured the lower part, making sure it was aligned with the top one too. I then got my pop light and stuck the metal holder in the middle of the shade. These lights are magnetic, so they can easily be removed when needed to be recharged. As I didn't want to drill into our new walls, I attached these to either side of the bed using command strips. In total, this cost me £60 to make both of the lights, so a saving of £260, and we get to move them around the room if we change the layout. Here's what we've ended up looking like compared to the original product, and if I say so myself, I think we've done pretty well.
So now the free steels are in place, I get to do something really fun today. A little bit scared, a little bit excited, love a bit of demolition, a bit scared of what it's going to look like once it's open. What's your weapon of choice, eh? Handle drill to start. Goggles. Get this through on the road. I think I'm actually going to need a mask for this one.
Wild. Did you get a hot tub?
Did I get what?
Hot tub.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what to do.
Here you go.
Okay, I definitely should be wearing a hat. Oh, it's like someone was playing Jenga building this house. It's really fun, but it's also quite terrifying once I've taken the render off. I can literally push the bricks off. The mortar isn't really doing anything, so you can literally just pick the bricks up and it's all just dust. Mad. I came in like a wrecking ball. I really hope it has some fall. How's this even been standing for the last couple of decades? They're not even attached really. Ta-da! And now we have knocked the wall down, we can see out to our amazing back garden. And next week, we're going to attempt to clear up this horror show and talk you through the ambitious plans for it. And Rodent Gate, well, get ready for the finale.
He's in the door.
Creature of habit. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to be massive. It's insane.
So bright already, isn't it? I'm just sitting there having a brew, looking at your garden. How are you getting on?